नमस्ते दोस्तों, हेलो फ्रेंड्स। तो आज हम कवर करेंगे पाइथन फाइनल प्रोजेक्ट और कुछ एडवांस कॉन्सेप्ट्स। हमने अभी तक डे 6 तक पाइथन के कॉन्सेप्ट्स कर लिए हैं और अभी हम उस पर प्रैक्टिकल या हैंड्स ऑन कर रहे हैं सो दैट वी कैन गेट गुड हैंड्स ऑन पाइथन लैंग्वेज एंड वी आफ्टर दिस वी विल बी एबल टू राइट good level codes as well. After this, we are also going to start DSA, but before that, cover this course and make sure if you have any doubt, just put in comments. आपको अगर अभी तक कोई भी डाउट है तो आप कमेंट्स में डाल सकते हैं। अगर आपको कोई और क्वेरी है आप हमें aicodegan@gmail.com पे मेल भी कर सकते हैं। I expect that you have got all the videos, so let us go ahead and yeah, before that, just please do subscribe to our channel AI Code Gyan and hit the like button and put the notifications on. Okay, let's start. Now let us start the project. So आज इसका प्रोजेक्ट है पर्सनल एक्सपेंस ट्रैकर दैट ऑन कमांड लाइन। तो हम डेली के एक्सपेंसेस जो हैं इसमें रिकॉर्ड कर सकते हैं। तो आप सभी ने शायद डिफरेंट एप्स यूज करते होंगे, खाता बुक हो या फिर देयर मेनी एप्स। सो हियर यू आर गेटिंग हैंड्स ऑन हाउ यू कैन बिल्ड योर ओन बैकएंड। सो यहाँ पे भी हम केवल कोड लिख रहे हैं, उसका फिर बाद में फ्रंट एंड भी बना सकते हैं। We'll try to post videos on that as well. Now let us read the full problem. Our command line Python application that allows users to add, view and manage their daily expenses. And this will enforce file handling, store expenses in a file JSON. So here we are going to do, storage of expenses in a JSON file. But we will also going to post about the CSV as well. Till then you can try yourself how to store the file in CSV. So I'll also post the content related to it. So there's one advanced library in Python which is responsible for reading and writing from CSV. Now second is exception handling. So we'll also be taking the exception handling functions. There will be a modular code structure and there will be OOPS concepts we'll be using classes. So all the concepts this project will be covering. The features. Yeah, so you all can think, आप सब सोच सकते हो। So basically आपको क्या क्या रिक्वायरमेंट होती है, आप अपने रोजाना एक्सपेंसेस आपको ट्रैक रखने हैं तो उनको आपको ऐड करना है। So basically add expenses, category, amount, date, notes. Basically we are taking 4 inputs. Category आप शॉपिंग, रिटेल, एजुकेशन, होटल बिल्स, तो जो भी आप मतलब कर रहे हैं एक्सपेंस अपना वो इसमें ऐड कर सकते हैं। कितना अमाउंट है, डेट है, आप डेट ऐड कर सकते हैं और इसमें नोट्स भी ऐड कर सकते हैं। आप कुछ एडिशनल नोट्स जानना चाहते हैं, आपको कुछ करना है। हाँ, एंड नेक्स्ट इज व्यू एक्सपेंसेस। तो हाँ, तो आप इसको एक्सपेंसेस को आपको व्यू करना है, आपने क्या एक्सपेंसेस मतलब ऐड किए पहले तो वो भी कर सकते हैं। टोटल आपको अमाउंट निकालना है, कितने एक्सपेंस हुआ है आपका वो भी कर सकते हैं। एंड सेव डाटा टू अ फाइल फॉर फ्यूचर रेफरेंस। हाँ, तो बेसिकली एक हम इस फाइल में स्टोरेज करें सो दैट हम एनी टाइम वी कैन टेक आउट दैट फाइल एंड वी कैन यूज इट। फर्दर वी कैन use this as integration with some other tool so that we can get a software out of app as well. So we'll learn that as well if soon. Now last is error handling for invalid inputs. So error handling is most important, so we are going to cover this. So now let us start this project hands on our PyCharm basically. So if you have any doubt, just put on the comments section. Let us start, friends. So let us solve the problem now. We have also copied the features to the PyCharm terminal as well, code terminal as well. So we can see when we talk about features, which features we are looking for: add expenses, view expenses, calculate total expenses, save data to a file, and error handling. So there are two new advanced concepts we are using here. So first one is we are going to make sure that no one else can access this main function except when we call it from within this file itself, so that no one else can get access to this main function. If it suppose this is imported to some other file, this won't be working. So for that what we are implementing, we have inbuilt, what you say, already inbuilt stored keyword name. So if suppose we are putting it equal to main in brackets double underscore main double underscore close bracket, sorry, close quotes. So and we put the colon and we put main. So this is the calling of main function. So this is the important part. For now we'll comment this. And next implementation we are going to use is of file handling. So here is the JSON file. So we have two main function, that is JSON.loads x and JSON.dumps. So what are the what this does, this loads the file. Yeah, this one will load the file content from the JSON file. So this is an important function since we are going to save data in a JSON file. As this is the second one. So what is the use of this? Yeah, this will dump the data into a JSON file. So it's an easy process. Now let us start. Now we already covered file handling basics and syntax as well. Let us start. So let us name a class expense tracker. and let us name a function, define main. So what we are going to do, we are going to make a instance of this class here. So that's pretty easy for us. So now let us start the inputs. So we'll use while loop here to make sure this goes correctly. So first we are going to print the header, personal expense tracker. So this will print at the top of the file. And next we are going to give the options of add expense. First one is add expense. Second one is view expenses. Third one is calculate total expenses, and fourth one is exit. So now we are going, what we are going to do, we are going to use a variable choice. Yeah, so this will be a, so we can choose whether it's a integer or a, suppose we give an integer, so we need to typecast this. So we'll cast this into integer, and we'll have option if choice is equal to 1, elif so what is this? This is exiting the loop and exiting the personal expense tracker. And there will be one more condition of exceptional handling. I mean, not exceptional handling here, but suppose, yeah. So basically, this is an invalid choice, and we need to mention between. Please mention choice between 1 to 4. So this is an important one. We can comment this out for now if you want, so that we can work with our other code. So inside the class expense tracker, what things we need to include? First is load. We need to include a function load expenses. We need to have a function view expenses. We need to have a function add expense. Also we need to have a function, yeah, so we can have a, yeah, total expenses function. What next? Yeah, we need to load, we need to view, we need to add. Yeah, so these are the functions which we are looking for. So now let us start with implementation. First we'll define initialization or parameterized constructor. Now we will need two things. From where we are accepting data, we accept data from the JSON file. So we created one expenses.json which in this folder, which you all can create yours by yourself. So yeah, so here what we are going to do, we are going to call the file is equal to expenses.json. So I mean, in our last video we have covered about the txt. Now here we are learning about the JSON file. So now we are going to initialize this self.file is equal to file, and there will be one more thing, that is self.expenses. So this is the main data type which we are going to deal. So what this will be equal to? This will be equal to a function load expenses. So we are going to load the function from the JSON file. Now let us use load expenses. We will use self here. So here now let us use try. So what we have learned, f is equal to open expenses.json. So यहाँ पे हम रीड कर रहे हैं फाइल की, तो हम आर देंगे. और व्हाट नेक्स्ट, तो हमने जैसे पता किया कि हाँ, तो यहाँ पे डाटा इज इक्वल टू जेसन डॉट लोड एफ. तो हम यहाँ पे डाटा लोड कर रहे हैं बेसिकली. और फाइल डॉट क्लोज भी हम आखिरी में करेंगे. तो यहाँ पे फिर हमें एक और इम्पोर्टेंट है कि हमें डाटा रिटर्न करना है, और यहाँ पे एक फंक्शन यूज करेंगे इफ इज इंस्टेंस डाटा कॉमन लिस्ट. सो दिस इज अ मेथड इन इनबिल्ट मेथड इन पाइथन. else will return so ये भी okay. So we'll put two conditions. One is if yeah, so we are going to so we are going to import OS here. This is one more thing actually we already discussed in last. We need to import OS, and for JSON we are going to import JSON implementation. So what we are going to do, so yeah, always check your indentation in Python because that is most important. So when we use accept, yeah, so here we are dealing with return, I mean list. So we are going to return a list if this file is not present, or if the data is empty. So basically we are handling the exception like this. We are going to return a empty list. I mean, so we are going to store JSON as a list. So we have already studied list. If you haven't gone through the video, please go to the video data structures in Python. So it was in day 4. So please go ahead with that, and please do revise the concepts. But here we are going to revise it now. So don't worry about it. So in any case, we are going to return a list. So this we have completed. Now it's good. We have already done. So now what we are going to do? We are going to add expense. So yeah, so here we are going to take self, which is important to be included in Python, category, amount, date, and note. So we have already taken care of these while going through problem, that we need these 4 inputs here: category, amount, date, and note. So yeah, here one important thing is we need to take care, if suppose this yeah, so expense self.expenses is none. So what we are going to do, yeah, we are going to initialize this with an empty array, so that we don't get any array, error in this. And now what we are going to do, we are going to put this all in try catch. Sorry, I'm saying catch here because in Java we use catch, Java, other languages. So we use try and accept here. So what we are going to do, yeah, now we are going to append this. So since this is a list, we are going to I'm not writing the full now here because it is having auto code suggestion feature in IntelliJ and PyCharm. So please do use it. If you want, you can download IntelliJ. We'll try to post one video on how to download PyCharm as well, and we'll post on our YouTube channel. Now, what we are going to do, we have already initialized here. If it is none, if it is not none, we are going to append this. So these are the 4 things which we are taking as input: category, amount, date, and note. Self is for instance of the class. So if this is successful, what it is going to print? So we are going to use one thing here. Yeah, we can use this tick here. So that it looks more beautiful. Expense is added successfully. So it's done. And suppose if this is not done, what is going to happen? Yeah, expense is invalid, or you can say, so here we can give a value error here, because if the value is inappropriate, so this will throw a value error. So basically expense is not added, appropriate expense is not added. Please add it again. So we have completed this. Now what will the next function we'll be using? Now we already appended this to list. Yeah. So now we'll go ahead with view expenses. So how we are going to view this? Now again, we are going to use the same function, f is equal to so here we are going to so there's one more function we are missing, that is save expense. So we haven't saved it to the table yet. So what we are going to call this here in add expense. So what we need to do here, basically we are writing this to file. So yeah, we are going to use a dump function here, and here there is an extra parameter we take, intent is equal to 4, which will improve the indentation in our file. This will improve the indentation. So self expenses comma f comma intent is equal to 4. So this is going to dump. So basically this will be so we are going it correctly now. So we are going to dump this, and please do close the file. If there's alternate implementation we can use for this, it is we can use with as well. That is something like this, with open expense.json.s file. So this also we can use instead of this, which we have in studies. So I'm not using it here so that we don't become confused. So now how this is saved, so we are going to print self is equal to save expense. So this will save the expense. Here save expense is basically expense is a global variable here. I mean, at least it has a scope to this class. So it is having global scope. Now this will complete the implementation, add expense, save expense. Now let us view the expense. So how we are going to view it? Yeah, so if self-expense is none, we are going to do print there are no expenses added yet. Yeah, else what we are going to do, we are going to print this. How we are going to print this? For idx comma expense in self.expenses. Yeah, sorry, we are going to use enumerate here. So what this will do, this will we need to add the list as well. I mean, at which number we are adding the our expense. So we are going to enumerate it. This function you can go through it. This is also an inbuilt function in or method in Python. So now what syntax we are going to print? Yeah, so we are not going to use this syntax here. We are going to put date here. We put the date first, and we'll put the pipe here, symbol of pipe, so that we can, and we are going to put rupees here. We can even use actual symbol of rupee. We can copy it from somewhere and put it here. We are using rupees here. Okay. Or yeah, if self expense is none, or is true. So there is one more condition we are going to put. Now what is left? Define calculate total expenses. We can put either calculate or we can put total expenses. It's up to you. So now how we are going to calculate it? Let us see. So suppose total is equal to, so here we are using ternary operator. So what we are going to use, we are going to use, so this will be a list. So what it is going to do, this will, we can use exp of amount. So basically amount will be the basically object, I mean object key for which we need to print the value. So return total expenses. Yeah, so we've done it. Here also we can put a condition if not self expense or self expense, then I will print there are no expenses added. So now all the implementation is done. Now what we are going to do, we are going to call this and make sure that we do uncomment our implementation for main function, and let us call the all the, we can say, functions of method here. So basically expense tracker dot add expense we are going to use here in add expense. Yeah, so there's one more thing we are missing. Yeah, we have forgotten to take the inputs. So what we are going to do, we are going to input, using input we can take the input from the user. So before Python 2.7 it was raw input, which was raw underscore input, which was used, and after that we use input. So inside the input, what we are going to do, we are going to mention enter the category. So here we can put anything: shopping, retail, education, college, so these all things are there. Next is amount. We can even take this amount in float. For now we are leaving this an integer value. We can put after, we can print it after decimal as well. So I think we have missed one function again. That is, yeah, here instead of written, no, we haven't missed this, but here we can print this as total expense, total expense is made are done is rupees. Yeah. So basically we'll use f string here. We can even suppose if we use float here, then we can put like this 2f. So this will make sure it will print in float. For now we don't need this, so we need to put this in float. Yeah. So what things are left? Date. So enter date, and but please do mention the format. Suppose we are mentioning Indian format, DDMMYY, so please do mention that. And please note, for Western format, we use MMDD, YYYY. So we can, yeah, put that as well, or we can use MMDD, YY for Western. So now enter the note here. So which will make sure it will add the note. So now let us call all the methods when we talk about choice equal to, yeah, view expenses, and in expense we haven't added the all the inputs. So let us add the inputs as well. Category, amount, date, note. So they make sure we have put all the inputs in add expense. So where is the add expense function? We have 4 inputs apart from self, which we need to add here. Now when choice is equal to 3, yeah, that is for calculate total expenses. So yeah, calculate total expenses will be the, so here this will break the flow. If it's a choice 4, it is exiting the personal expense tracker. Now let us see why it is showing red here. There is one red altogether. Now we can read this as well. Yeah. So we have removed this one. Now again, there's some issue with the indentation here. Please be cautious of indentation. So what we'll do, we'll give one more tab so that everything is resolved. So now indentation issue is over. Now what we are going to do, let us check everything is done. We have saved the expenses, we have add the expenses, we have load the expenses. We have also calculated, calculate total expenses. So now let us run this. Sorry, we are going to, this is another file. So just make sure we have not many files to make sure we are running the correct file. So there is some error we are facing. Now what we are going to do, here are some changes which we have. Yeah, so to rectify the problem, yeah, we are going to put try after our file function, and we are going to put f dot close after our accept is done. So this will make sure this won't throw an error. Let us try this if this is working. And also we are going to put this input after we've got the choice. So let us hold this. So now let us run this again. Yeah, so we can see there are 4 choices it is asking for as we have given. So it is correctly working. Congrats, and let us start. So now suppose we click enter choice 2 here. So now again there is some issue here. Yeah, we have again made some mistake, and let us correct that. We have wrongly put these inputs in inside this the main function. We are going to put only when we have choice 1. Here we'll do one more thing. While viewing expenses, we can add the format, that is date category note. So this is the format we have. So we are going to print the format before we print our view expenses. Now this will work correctly, but before that let us exit that. We made mistake somewhere. Yeah, so this is basically this, we are going to put it above. So now let us start this. Now suppose there is nothing here, so there are no expenses added. It will reply with there are no expenses added. And suppose we give 1 here, so we can give shopping amount, we can give 2500. Date we can give, what's the date today? 0. Suppose, yeah, so today is 25th, so 25th March 2025. So note it's optional if we want, so that's for what close out of it. So now let us view this expense. So can we view this? Now we can use 3 to print our total expense. Now it is throwing some error. So let us see what's the issue we are facing. Now we don't need this anymore, so we'll remove this. Let us make it more clean. So here it is causing some issue. So here, yeah, total expansion is equal to, so we are using this function. Where we are making a mistake. So now let us what we do, let us put this in int and then we can try. So we have converted into a int and it is able to print in float, so it has given 2500. And now we are going to correct some more things, like suppose here we haven't added one more, and we'll add one tab here everywhere tab, so that this looks more clean. So now let us exit this and rerun it. What is the issue here? Let us see what's the issue. Oh, we have by mistake used exit here instead of 4. So yeah, so now let us view the expenses. We can see this is a format we are able to view. Suppose we want to calculate 3, so this will give the, yeah, so we can add one more line to make it more readable. Just put one more line after this, and we are going to put, yeah, here one more letters, expenses list. So this will make it more readable. We can even see this data in our file. We are able to see this data we have added. Now we will add more if you want. Here we haven't added validation. We can add validation as well. So that will be one more method for validation, whether our category is correct or not, or we can put for all 4 inputs. Suppose you want to add something. So you want to suppose we went for college amount. Suppose we invested 2 lakh rupees, and date is suppose 1st of February 2025. So spend for college fee. So now let us see whether this is successfully added. Yeah, we could see, but we are not able to see the list here. What's the issue? Expenses list, view expenses. Let us, yeah, 4 is for exit. So exit the personal expense tracker. Now again we'll run this. So suppose you want to view the expenses, this will, yeah, expenses list, it is going to produce date, category, amount, note. So neat and clean. And if you want to calculate total expenses, it will give the expenses, total expense is rupees 20 lakh 2500. And yeah, we can add expense as well. Suppose now we add this as retail. Yeah, so retail, suppose we want to purchase some groceries. So suppose we have bill of 2000 rupees. Date was 1st of March. Grocery purchase from VMart. So now let us view this. So we are able to see this. We can even calculate this as well. Now we can define it even more if you want. Suppose we want to put total expenses here. We can put one more print here. Here. This will make it more. Let us exit the tracker and let us rerun it. So suppose, yeah, this will look more clean. Total expenses done is rupees this. So now let us exit this. So we have done this. Now next thing we can do and explore is we can add this in CSV file instead of JSON. So that will look more configured. So I'll share the syntax in the description. So before that you can explore yourself. Thank you. We have solved the project today. So and we have even covered two concepts, advanced concept, that is JSON, and we have even considered the concept of calling main function, and that too safely. So now let us go ahead. Yeah. So now we can have like 5 more projects which you all can solve. I'll give videos on this within this week. I'll also add the description of this video itself. So let me read them out. First is to-do list manager. So these all 5 projects are related to our daily lives. Second is quiz app. Third is password generator manager. Fourth is contact book, and fifth is unit converter. So what you need to do? You need to make sure, if you have any doubts, you can put in comments. We'll come back with the videos for each of these problems. And if you want any of these to be solved in any other programming language, you can put that in comments as well. That also will post. So thank you. Hello friends. So today we have covered day 7, that is final project on Python programming. तो हमने आज आखिरी प्रोजेक्ट भी कवर कर लिया है. मैं आशा करता हूँ कि आप लोग पाइथन में अब एक्सपर्ट हो गए होंगे. Please do, if you haven't watched, please do watch all the videos, and link is mentioned in the description. So please watch all the playlists again and again till you become expert. And we are going to start some good courses on Python as well, some advanced courses. We are going to start machine learning Python, NumPy and Pandas, which will also be useful for our 30-day AI content channel as well. So soon we are going to post those videos as well. So before that, if you have any doubt, just put those in comments. आप कमेंट्स में डालिए, कोई डाउट है, कोई क्वेरी है तो aicodeGyan@gmail.com पे पोस्ट कीजिए. एंड यस, डोंट फॉरगेट, प्लीज डू सब्सक्राइब टू अवर चैनल AI Code Gyan, hit the like button and also put the notification on so that you can keep hearing daily content from AI Code Gyan. So thank you, bye bye, all the best.